What's up, everybody? Welcome in to the Early Edge. I'm your host, Alan Bell. We got a fantastic show lined up for you today. And I'll tell you what, before we get into our picks and plays for today, let's take a look at how we did yesterday. And I'll tell you what, not a good day at all. I think we finished, 5-8, somewhere around there. I can't count too well, but it was not good. And I was a part of that not good yesterday. You'll see on the Early Edge in 5. Packers 49ers under 35.5. Look, Mike said it best. Don't know what any of you are doing betting NFL preseason. He's correct. Usually we see unders in week 1, but it has been over city. But I tell you what, enough of that. Let's get and bring in the stars of the show. Gentlemen, looking sharp today. First up, speaking of M Squared, how we doing, sir?
Good morning, AB. Doing well. Great to see you guys here. Always love this Saturday crew. Get to learn a little bit about the NASCAR race coming up. We've got UFC. Golf is still going on through the week. We've got day baseball. I'm excited. We're all a little frustrated with baseball right now. Still excited for it.
Yeah, baseball's been weird, man. And, speaking of, Micah Roberts, my man, he spoke at NASCAR. Just good to see you as always, sir. How we doing?
Yeah, good to see you guys too, Mike and Andrew. Looking forward to the plays. And baseball, I had a little bad run there, but I hit some pretty good ones the last couple of days. I feel pretty strong about baseball coming up.
Nice. Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, you really did, and you were blasting all over the Orioles, all during this run, and you called it, with their bats coming alive and how much fun they've been having. So yeah, credit to you for sure on that. Andrew Gambas, my man, looking sharp as always, buddy. How we doing?
Good morning, everyone. Yeah, looking forward to today. Always love Saturdays. We got UFC tonight, ton of other sports today, so let's get ready to make some money.
Dude, I'm with it on that. All right, now speaking of making money, let's get into the storylines that affect the betting lines for today. And as always, we start M Squared, MLB weather report. What do we need to know, man?
We need to know it's a beautiful weekend out there. If you have the ability to get outside, make sure you get out and do it because it is a very nice weekend for baseball weather. Not a ton of big boosts, no real negatives, just very neutral across the board today.
Nice. All right. Look, usually we've got 2 or 3 really negative spots. Nowhere. It's nice around the country today. I like it. All right. Gambas, coming over to you, man. We got UFC Fight Night tonight. All right, so break down the card in terms of, what do we need to know? Who's the main event? What fights are you looking at?
Yeah, so main event, we got Dominic Cruz taking on Marlon Chito Vera. This is a very important matchup for the 135-pound division. Dominic Cruz is on a 3-fight winning streak. He came back from plenty of injuries. He was the champ back in the day. He's 37 years old. He's trying to turn back the clock and get one more title shot. Chito Vera is just a monster. He has great power, great durability, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how that one plays out. Got a banger in the co-main as well. Nate Landwehr taking on David Onama. That fight should be really fun for as long as it lasts. And then another prospect I'm high on, Lupita Godinez, is on the card as well, taking on the hometown woman in Angela Hill. So this should be a fun card for a fight night. I'm looking forward to it.
Man, I am too. And I'll tell you what, I think, was it last week, the UFC Fight Night, where every fight ended like non-decision, like it ended in the octagon?
Yeah, one of the only times that's ever happened. It might even be the only time it's ever happened, but there were 10 fights. All 10 of them either ended by knockout or submission. So that was fun to watch from a fan perspective. Let's hope tonight brings as much excitement.
Dude, I'm with you, man. Like, it was awesome, right? And it's wild seeing it because you're like, okay, is this really going to happen? And then, yeah, boom, it happened, man. It was fantastic. All right, let's get into our picks for today. First, before we do, we want to give this. The Jeweler has put together 20% off all Early Edge merch using promo code EarlyEdge20. That'll last throughout the rest of the year. If you go to cbssports.com/merch, you'll see it on there. We'll put the links in the description as well as under in the comments of the YouTube page and in your information for podcast as well. But yeah, 20% off all Early Edge merch. There you go. And I'll say this. There's a couple guys that I still owe some merch to. We finally got it all stocked up, ready to go. George, Tony, a couple more of you. Micah as well. So, yeah, guys, like I promise you, like we were out. Now we've got it back in. I've got it coming to you. Micah, I've got it coming over to you as well. All right, let's get into our picks for today. But before we do, let's take a quick break and hear from one of our partners. And we are back. All right, we've got one play on the board for you today. We're going to go with the Rockies plus 1.5. Look, you take a look at these two teams, all right? Diamondbacks at Rockies, 8:10 p.m. Eastern tonight. Both of these teams, the Rockies, much better team at home than they are on the road, 53% straight up. And you look at the Diamondbacks, much different on the road than they are at home. They are a mere 19-31 straight up on the road. So we're going to take the Rockies. We're going to take it at +1.5. Comes in at -125. So an affordable price there for the insurance. And yeah, the Rockies don't exactly, they're not putting up Adam Wainwright on the mound tonight, right? But +1.5. That's going to take you home. All right, let's get into our picks from our experts here. And M Squared, coming over to you first, man. One play, Major League Baseball. What do you got, buddy?
Yeah, I mentioned the weather's not great it's not bad. It's just not great. Not a lot of home run boosts, except for in Kansas City today. By far the best hitting environment outside of Coors Field. Looking at temperatures, 95 degrees, air density index super low. So you know where we're headed here. Dodgers team total over 5.5, -118, where I played it on FanDuel this morning. It's a big number, but again, for good reason. Excellent hitting conditions. We have a guaranteed ninth inning team at bat for the team. And then finally, we get to pick on Brad Keller just a little bit. Keller has definitely had ups and downs so far this season. Most recently here in the month of August, he's thrown 11 innings already, weighted on base average in those innings, 386, gave up 13 hits and 8 runs to a very cold Chicago White Sox team, gave up 3 earned runs in his 5 innings to the Los Angeles Angels here, getting hit up by significantly worse competition. Once again, fantastic hitting environment here. One of the better days in Kansas City all season. Let's go Dodgers team total over 5.5, -118.
Dodgers it is, my man. Dodgers it is. All right, Micah Roberts, coming over to you. Staying in Major League Baseball. You got 2 plays here. Break them down, buddy. What you got, man?
Yeah, guys, we're going streaking. You know what I love doing? I love betting against a team that is losing, and I love betting on the team that is winning. And we got a great spot with the Cleveland, I guess their name is the Guardians, whatever. Cleveland, 6 straight wins going against Toronto, 3 straight losses. So let's go for them to do the same thing here. And we got a great spot because, first of all, with Toronto, I don't know what's going on with them. They're, a couple, 9 games over 500, but they just look lazy, aloof out there. They don't look like they're in it. They're waiting for the 3-run homer. I don't understand how this team can't manufacture runs the traditional way, except waiting for the bomb. Anyway, Cleveland is playing so great right now, and it's the starting pitching and the bullpen. In their 6-game win streak, they've allowed only 8 runs combined. One of those games was Tristan McKenzie dominating against Houston last week. I think I talked about it on Sunday. He went 8 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 8 Ks, dominant performance. In fact, McKenzie's been so good, 5 of his last 7 starts, he's allowed 1 run or less, dominating right now. In a groove, get him on the road here. I like him to do well. And again, Toronto, they just kind of, I don't know what it is about them. I don't get it. Their last 3-game losing streak, they've allowed 8, 6, 7 runs, and that's including their ace in the mix there. So that's a team I'm looking to bet against, but I'm going with the streak with Cleveland. The other one is Seattle. They've won their last 3, so we got another streak here. But the better streak is the fact that Seattle has beat Texas 9 straight times. 9 straight times. We're going for 10 straight. We're going to go for that, and we're picking on Dane Dunning. This guy's won his last 2, but it was against the White Sox, who are not hitting well, and against Anaheim, who loses to everybody. But before that, he had an 11-game losing streak, or Texas did behind him. Texas has now lost 4 of their last 5, and 2 of the losses during the 11-game losing streak for Dunning was against Seattle. So I can put up with Marco Gonzalez, but the wrong team is favored here. So you get plus money, take it with Seattle. So Cleveland and Seattle, 2 teams streaking. Dodgers, 11 straight. That's amazing. Oakland lost 6 straight. So a couple other things you might want to pick on there for something to happen again and again and again.
Yeah, no, I love it. And I'll tell you what, man, I'll back you up on the Guardians. Not that you need it by any means, but I rode their team total over 4 yesterday against Toronto. They have been mashing. You want to talk about a streak on a streak? Now, in their last 5 versus Toronto, Cleveland's put up 29 runs. Like, they just mash against them, man. And they did it against Barrios last night, right? So, yeah, man, I'm with you, man. You speak the truth on that. Now, Mike, I want to stay with you really quickly. We've got NASCAR this weekend. So where are we at? What's the race? Where are we at? What are you looking at? What do we need to know, man?
You're at Richmond, 3/4 mile flat, D-shaped oval, very unique track on the circuit, but you can set up the cars the same as Phoenix, New Hampshire, and St. Louis. And we've seen that. And who else? Richmond. Okay, so we've had 4 races run on this type of setup package and won by 4 different drivers. So Toyota has won 9 of the last 13, and you've seen Martin Truex win 3 of the last 6. And that's the story here. Truex is desperate for a win. He dropped out of the top 16. He needs a win to get in to make the playoffs. So he's kind of the guy we're looking at here, the guy to key on. And he was great in the last couple races on these tracks as well. I think he led 172 laps the last race at New Hampshire. So he's a guy to key on, but I'm going with Joey Logano to win the race. And I like Ross Chastain as well.
Nice. Well, I was going to say, our man Trent Wade, he had 2 that he wanted to get your opinion on.
Yeah.
How do you say that? First, his first play, Joey Logano, top 10 finish, minus 135. And then second, Christopher Bell over Chase Elliott at minus 134. Obviously, you like Logano there. What do you think about Christopher Bell and Chase Elliott?
Bell's going to be amazing. And if you can get anything for him to win at 8-1, 10-1, around that price range, I'd say take a chance on it, because he's going to be great. He's been awesome. And in fact, he's got, like a 7.7 average finish in 4 Cup starts. But in the Xfinity Series, he won 3 of 4 races from 2018 to 2019 at Richmond as well. He loves the flat tracks, so he's a guy definitely to key on here. And Logano as well, he won at St. Louis, same package. So that's kind of where my leaning with Logano is there. He's been up and down all season, but on the flat tracks, he's been pretty money.
I love it. I love it, man. All right, now, Gambas, you are in the maestro spot today, all right? However, before we get to you, our man Coach has sent in a pick for the PFL today. So, Coach, go ahead and let it rip, baby. What you got?
What's good, everybody? It's your boy, the Coach. Now, I know what you're thinking. Coach doesn't normally work on Saturday. But yes, I'm up because me and my boy Ian Parker, we are the betting experts for the PFL and their playoffs. They're in Cardiff, Wales. But you know I'm not going to Cardiff. I've got to take care of all of you. But I do have one big play today. Ante D'Elia over Hernan Ferreira. Now, Ferreira looks like a Greek god. You look at him and say, how can anybody beat him? D'Elia started as an underdog. The odds have shifted just a little bit. So I would encourage you to jump on him right now. Ante D'Elia, minus 110. That's the play. It's all day long. Remember, it's in Cardiff, Wales. Don't get shut out. AB, keep it going.
I love those so much, man. They make me smile. All right, Gambas, coming over to you. You got 2 plays, UFC Fight Night tonight. Break them down, bro. What you got?
Yeah, so UFC San Diego tonight have 1 underdog and 1 favorite for you. We'll start with the underdog. I like Devin Clark. You can get him about plus 135 right now versus Azamat Murzakanov. Murzakanov made his UFC debut a few months ago. He was on his way to losing the fight, and he got a Hail Mary knockout. I don't think this line would be the same if he didn't get that Hail Mary knockout. You have Devin Clark, who has fought the much better competition. He has the wrestling upside. He has the cardio upside as well. So I like Devin Clark as an underdog to get it done. I think if Murzakanov doesn't finish him early, that he's going to gas and Clark is going to wear him down. So I think this is a good spot for Devin Clark. And then the favorite, I like Yusuf Zalal. You could get him about minus 130, minus 135. I think this should be wider. We're getting a discount on Zalal because he's on a losing streak. But that was up at 145 against some really, really good competition. He's down at 135 pounds here, taking on Damon Blackshear. Blackshear, this is his UFC debut on short notice. He's going to look to grapple Zalal. I don't think he can do it with any consistency. I think Zalal is more skilled on the feet, more skilled on the ground. I think he's just a little bit better everywhere. So Yusuf Zalal, Devin Clark are the plays for today, and let's cash them.
Dude, let's cash them indeed, my man. Well done on that. All right, everybody, grab your paper, grab your pencil, take a look at the recap here. And it is glorious because of these guys, not anything that I did. M squared is on the Dodgers team total over 5.5 at minus 118. Andrew Gambas, as you just heard, UFC 2 plays Zalal minus 135, Devin Clark plus 135. The Coach, he just broke down his PFL play. Ante D'Elia, I can't pronounce that well. Sorry, buddy. I know I just jacked up your name at minus 110. Michael Roberts, he broke down the Mariners money line plus 102, Guardians money line plus 110. Our site play, Rockies plus 1.5 at minus 125. Now, for the AB pick 3, you see on the screen, we have 2 flights here. All right. This is what we're going to do. because we've got a full slate of MLS soccer today. And I hear, from, audience members that some of the prices can get a little high. And I agree with you. 100% I agree with you. You see prices across, Major League Soccer. They could get a little wild on you. So what I wanted to do is I found the 6 best plays that I like for today. I'm playing all 6 of these, not parlayed, not anything like that. I'm playing them just straight up. But I wanted to put them together in 2 different flights to where we've got really expensive juices and we've got somewhat expensive juices, the norm for what MLS is. So here they are as follows. In the first flight, Houston, Montreal, both teams to score at minus 145. Colorado, Columbus, both teams to score at minus 150. And New York, Orlando, both teams to score at minus 130. Now, in the second flight here, we've got Toronto and Portland, both teams to score minus 175. Cincinnati, Atlanta, both teams to score minus 175. And Dallas, San Jose, both teams to score at minus 155. So I wanted to put all of those together so that you could see all of the plays that we have. And you don't have to play all 6 of them. You can play 1, you can play 2, you can pick 1 from either side. Do whatever you want in terms of your risk and what you want to put out there. But I agree with you guys, and MLS pricing can get expensive. So I wanted to make it as easy.
I love the flights. That's
yeah,
like a wine
right?
tasting. It's amazing.
Yeah,
You
like a
give it
little Saturday
flight.
day drinking here.
Taste.
Yeah,
Love it.
absolutely, man. Yeah, so I want to put those together so that you can see everything, because I agree 100%. When you're seeing the 3 plays at minus 180, who wants that, right? So we've got options on that. So it's all the time we can do for today, man. Everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. We will be live Sunday morning tomorrow at normal time, 10 a.m. Eastern. But until then, as always, best of luck. Let's cash these tickets. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.